Hello, welcome to Homorazzi. Today is a very special episode. It is our 50th.
Well, you couldn't tell because no one got us anything on this episode.
Bullshit.
There. Voila.
That's it.
Patricon's leprechaun powers at use.
So yeah, I can't believe it's been 50 episodes. That's crazy.
50 episodes.
And you won't make 50 more.
We have been on the air for 2.5 years.
Yeah, that's
Who is in charge of this crap?
We killed Nick, we had Johnny, what else happened?
Well, we had a whole bunch of things. So we started out
Before
on
us.
stools.
Yes.
Oh my God, that was the most awkward thing ever.
Robots.
With like our legs showing, everything. You
Do
can see
not
all
watch
of it.
old episodes.
No, I think people need to watch that episode. First of all, we need to talk about the training we went through for that episode. It was like 2.5 months.
Was it a bell?
It was a
Yeah,
bell.
every time we said
Like,
or if we said like.
Or
we
repeated.
we couldn't talk over each other. We couldn't move.
No.
So literally, when you're watching that episode, we're all sitting like this.
And I couldn't grab my balls.
You couldn't grab your nuts.
Yeah, what was with that?
It's cold and I don't wear any underwear, so I'm just
Yeah.
like, ugh.
So, and then we all watched that episode and we're like, wow.
We need to
That
change
was
it.
terrible.
It was like RuPaul's season 1 when you go back and see like, wow, they put this together with like $30 and a tube of lipstick.
Well, at least they had $30.
Yeah.
We had the lipstick though. And then after that, we just kind of switched and like our director was like, just talk around a table.
Yeah.
And it worked.
And it worked.
You go figure.
Anyways, let's move on to gossip. And actually, it is starting off on a sad note again.
Like, what is with these celebrities dropping like flies? So this one is actually really upsetting. So Joan Rivers passed away, and she passed away from a freak throat. Like she had complications from a simple throat surgery, and then she was in intensive care for like 2 weeks, and then they pulled her off, and then she died, and it was really messed up.
I mean, how much did you expect this to be one of those like, when I heard surgery, I'm like, ugh, plastic surgery gone bad. You just
Yeah.
have to
Oh,
say
I
Joan
didn't think
Rivers.
that.
Joan
Well, it said
Rivers.
throat surgery, so I assumed something was going on.
I mean,
and
she
maybe-
could have gotten like a
Waddle.
little.
Thank you, a little tuck.
Yeah, that's what I need.
But no, it was checking out, God knows what, polyps or some growth or who knows what.
Yeah.
But
So weird.
a lot of statuses about this one.
Really, and also because she's like a big gay icon, and then a lot of people don't realize. Have you watched that documentary about her?
No.
God, I can't remember what it's called, but it's Piece of Work.
Okay.
It's really, really great, and it shows like the other side of her, like what she does to kind of stay current, and all the charity work she does, and really sad.
All right, well now let's move on to something that Tommy's actually very excited about.
I'm so excited about this. William and Kate are pregnant again.
Is that like the characters from the Notebook
No,
or
it's
something?
it's the royal couple.
I understand.
So there's two types of Canadians. There's one type who don't care about the royal family, and there's the other type, like me, who are obsessed.
You may as well say 99% and the other 1%.
No, but I love them. I love Kate. It's like the Cinderella story. She was like a commoner, and then she married into
Okay,
royalty.
how common, what, like her dad's a chimney sweeper or
No,
something?
they're like
she
they're
grew up on the
actually
streets?
they're millionaires, but they're not of royal blood.
The commoner millionaire Kate. You're ridiculous.
But they're not of royal blood, right? And I don't know. I'm super happy. I can't wait. I hope they have a little girl.
All right, we're gonna move on to music now. And first up, we have the latest from Jennifer Lopez. It is called Booty.
Work. Shake that. Go to work. Throw up your hands if you love a big booty. Work.
So this is the remix with Iggy Azalea.
Yeah, and they both have really big booties.
Huge. Those are theirs.
We need to talk about Iggy's ass for a moment. Okay, J-Lo's, that is J-Lo's. Like,
Okay.
because it's not out of control. It's just big, but it's
Yeah.
not out of control. Iggy's ass is so weird. It makes her body so unproportioned. Is that a word?
Yeah.
Yeah, disproportioned?
Sure, that sounds
Whatever.
better.
She looks like really heavy from the waist down and like super skinny from the waist up. It doesn't make sense.
What doesn't work for me in this one is that she's covered in like, what is it, silicone or something like that? Like it's just
both
this
are, like, have, like,
slimy.
yeah.
But JLo it works with, it's like whatever's inside of Azalea, they've like sucked it out and then
Oh
shoot
my
it
God,
all over. Like, it's
gross.
just, it looks like cellulite basically slipping down her
Yeah.
ass, and it is not sexy. Can we
I
talk?
think the video looks sexy.
Oh, of course you do. His little bisexual fantasy that he's trying to play out.
I love J-Lo. I like Iggy, but I'm starting to not like Iggy.
Okay. What, too
Well,
much?
this whole year is a lot about Iggy
Yeah,
Azalea.
but it's just
and-
her ass. Like, I don't get it.
Hate her for her ass.
Too much.
Well, here's my problem. It is all about fat asses.
It is. I was gonna say that. Like,
2014 is
Nicki
fat
Minaj.
asses.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's been like that for like a moment, for a couple years.
When's that gonna end?
When Kim Kardashian dies.
Anyway, I'm not like dying to see this song. I do like Iggy. She looks pretty in the face. I'm not gonna look at the bottom part.
She
looks
has
fun.
good face.
She has good face.
Yeah.
All right, next up for music, we're going to talk about our favorite summer song.
Because we've hit the problem of we have no more music to talk about.
Seriously.
And speaking of problem, that was my favorite song. So that was Ariana Grande and Iggy Azalea.
Yeah, and Ariana and Iggy, like, when trying to choose the summer song, I don't think you can because there were so many so fast, but I think you hit the nail on the head with the two of them being the artists
Summer
who
girls.
had, the summer girls.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like all of the artists this year were all new. Like they dominated in terms of all the big singles for sure.
And with a lot of collaborations too, like
Which
not
I
just
love.
2, 3, 4 people, and it's neat. Different sounds, different people you wouldn't expect together. I'm not like dying over some of your picks here, but I'm okay with that.
What would your pick be?
I really like I never say, is it Kiza?
Yeah, Kiza.
I usually say
Hideaway?
Kiza, and I get
Oh,
locked on
from
it.
Calgary.
Yeah, the Hideaway one,
Like we talked about her, but
Yes.
I actually cannot believe how huge she got from Calgary.
Actually, I'm gonna say nobody knows where Calgary is, but that's what half of the people are watching from
Yeah.
right now. So just that it's like filmed there, it's based on those people, it's just fun. Like, I'm sure it was a very hard thing to film, but just in some rando alley, like not a lot of production value, you could say. It's just amazing dancers.
She has an
and great
album
skill.
coming up, I think, in October. So that'll be cool to see what other.
I hope she's like I really want her to succeed.
I
You know
think
what
I've heard her
mean?
second song and it's pretty good. I can't name it right now, but
Yeah.
I think she's going in a good direction. So
I'm gonna go a little bit different, and I'm gonna talk about a very controversial artist on this panel.
Oh my God.
And it's Megan Trainor.
Yeah.
All About That Bass.
Yeah.
don't look at me when you're saying controversial.
Do you remember when we talked about this song and I was
Yes.
like, it's gonna be like a maybe hit, and then you were like,
No, but
why
they-
is she making fun of like skinny people? And I'm like,
Oh yeah, that
you
was
need
a
to calm
direction I
down.
did not expect that
No,
conversation
because
to
it
go
didn't make
in.
any sense. But this, like, again, this song kind of picked up later on in the summer.
Yeah,
And hits on YouTube. She's like over 20
Yeah.
mil.
Oh, using his own thing against him. Hits on
you.
YouTube.
Yeah.
And this is once again a fat ass song, and I was not against large girls when I
and
said
I don't
this.
think I don't think her song is a song about having a fat
It
ass.
is
No.
actually.
No, it's about being curvier, not having a fat ass.
It's all the same thing.
It's all the right
The-
curves in all the right places
Thank
or
you.
whatever is.
well, there's
point
curves
is
here.
calm down. Oh God, you've got girls. The point of this is she literally trashes
No,
skinny
she
people.
doesn't.
Are you
no.
kidding?
No, there's this part of the song where she talks about it, and then she like makes.
And there's
like,
some
and I'm
pretty
just
skinny
kidding.
girl there they make fun of and call a idiot for just being
They don't. She
skinny.
doesn't call her a
They make
idiot.
her seem like an idiot.
No.
Then you go to Anaconda and it's all those skinny bitches in the. And that's all songs are now. They're anti-skinny. And you can't say that about fat people. You tell me a song that comes up with some skinny person saying fat bitches and see how well that does. It's not fair. It's a two-way street and it shouldn't
So
be
are you
checked.
playing the victim card right now?
No, I'm not playing the victim card. I'm saying that it's ridiculous that they can get away with something that other people can't. I just didn't appreciate it. The song's
Oh
fun.
my god, I can't believe that he's making a huge thing out of this.
So ridiculous.
Can't even argue with you about it.
We'll talk about this later.
Okay, well that's all we have for music, and when we come back, we're gonna move on to movies.
What is this place?
Can you tell me your name?
I can't remember anything.
Who put us here? We don't know.
What's out there? The maze. Every morning when those doors open, the runners look for a way out. And no one has ever survived a night in the maze. What happens to them?
Welcome back. We're moving on to movies now, and that was just the trailer for The Maze Runner.
Which I have seen about 150 times. The trailer.
Okay.
In front of every single movie this summer.
Oh,
Like,
really?
They
I
are
haven't gone.
pushing
Yeah.
this film, and it kind of looks interesting.
I'm worried if they're pushing it that much, that is not a good sign.
And I feel like it's one of those movies that, like, what was it, Convergent or whatever?
Divergent.
Divergent, yeah.
It's
I feel
all
like it's
that.
all the
That's
same
all
thing,
that.
so they're
It's
gonna
all-
push it because they know it's gonna do well.
Here's my issue. There are only children in this movie. Like, I am worried that there was no lead, like, adult actor to be in charge of what's going on here. It's just a bunch of kids running around like,
I don't think they're
They don't need a
kids. I
babysitter.
think they're like above the age of 18.
okay. I mean, they're playing 12.
Yeah. Some of them are like super old and look super young.
What I like is the girl from this. Her name's Effie, and she's from Skins, which is this huge British show that did really well and came over here. And she's a beautiful, great actress. So that's like the only reason I have any confidence in this whatsoever. Like, I love these types of movies, and
I think it's gonna do good. I don't really know anything about the story. I didn't read the book, but I definitely want to see it. Like I definitely
like
want
theater. You're paying for
theater
this one.
going to the theater.
All right, next up we have the trailer for This Is Where I Leave You.
I imagine by now you are well into the excessive facial hair phase of your depression.
It's not a good time, Wendy.
Dad's dead.
What? Nice, sis. Mommy. What's different about her?
The boobs. She had a little touch-up.
Your father had one final request, and we are gonna honor it. He just wanted his kids under one roof. So for the next 7 days, you are all grounded.
Hey. What? Oh, no. We're just sitting in an awkward silence.
So everybody's in this movie.
Everybody's in this movie. I'm in this movie. You're in this movie. Adam didn't make the cut. It's left on the cutting room floor.
Tina Fey took my part. Tina
Took your part. Okay, so let's talk about this movie. I watched this trailer. First of all, it looks great. It actually looks really good. I'm loving how everyone is. I feel like this is funny, but more serious.
Yeah.
I also think this is a lighter version of that August Osage Council.
It is.
Totally.
No one's strangling someone on that
No
thing.
one's strangling,
Yeah.
but I feel like it's, someone died and then they all kind of come together and da-da-da.
You're right. They do the comedy on a good level with what seems to be dramatic here.
I really like Jason Bateman. I really like Tina Fey, and I really like Jane Fonda's boobs.
They are a part of their own.
Of control.
Yeah.
She's like speaking of like Joan Rivers' age. Jane Fonda is like 85.
Is she?
She's so old.
Don't go in for throat surgery,
She looks
girl.
so good. Well, she already had her throat surgery.
She's good to go.
The
The waddle.
I had plastic surgery. I got rid of the waddle and the bags under the
I
eyes.
will say that I'm happy that Tina Fey is doing something that isn't something she wrote, that isn't just a comedy, that isn't busted out in 3 seconds.
Yeah.
This seems more serious. And she's got like a not crazy character that doesn't seem to be Liz Lemon doing, cheese.
And she looks really good in it.
She does look really pretty. I like her with longer
so
hair.
I don't think I'm gonna go to the theater, but I will watch this.
Yes. I might go
to
I
the
will
theater.
see it eventually.
You won't go to the theater. What, on some date that you won't have?
All right, let's go to the next movie, and that is The Skeleton Twins.
I told somebody that I was in town. Don't freak out.
Hi, Angel.
Mother.
Wow.
You know what? You need to take the edge off.
Standing here beside you.
What are you doing?
Want so much to give you this love in my heart that I'm feeling for you.
Let them say we're crazy. What do they know? Baby,
I say you put on something pretty. We're going out.
and we can build this thing together.
Dad always told us to stick together, no matter what.
Nothing's gonna stop us. Nothing's gonna stop us.
Maybe we should have a dude's day.
I think your version of Dude's Day and my version are totally different.
Awesome.
So I was struggling a little bit with movies this week, and I understand this one isn't looking like it's going to be
Really? Because I think this one is gonna be a
blockbuster.
hit.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
The stuff that Kristen Wiig has been putting out recently that's
the
been
same.
like, there's little movies she's been doing have not been doing really well, and I'm not excited.
I think this is gonna really land on Bill Hader's shoulder.
Okay.
I was gonna say, I do like that he's not just playing one small character in a bigger cast. Like, he actually has a decent role in this, and it's
Yeah.
kind of nice to see him in a different sort of light.
And I like these SNL movies, like starring the SNL characters
Yeah.
and cast, they all kind of do well.
Yeah.
And like this one actually feels a little bit heartfelt. And when the song from Mannequin came on,
From like, they're singing, right? I didn't get the reference. I'm too young, so.
It was so good. It was so funny. And she's like, "What are you doing?" She starts lip singing it, and then the girls part comes on, and then she starts doing it.
I mean, but calm down. It's a little bit Bridesmaids, like singing at the very end, like someday somebody's like. It's a thing.
It's
that
a
they
little
do
bit
in their
Bridesmaids.
songs.
It's a little bit every female.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I am happy that he's playing a gay character, which is
Me
fun.
too.
And it's not Stefan, so it's not like a character he's done. It's like a normal gay guy who's
Yeah.
just a tragic mess.
I kind of
but-
wish he was a little bit Stefan though.
We all do.
Okay, and on that note, let's take a quick break and come back with TV.
Thought you were gonna do something relaxing today.
Well, this relaxes me.
Oh, your phone. It wouldn't stop ringing, so I answered it.
Who is it?
Some lady says it's the president's office.
PTA?
The United States.
I recruited you for the CIA. I trained you as an analyst. I know how you think. You don't just think outside the box. You don't even know there is a box. I want you to step in.
Step into what?
Secretary of State.
You're joking.
I realize you'll need some time to discuss this with your family. I'll give you the rest of the day.
Welcome back. We're moving on to TV now, and that was just a clip from Madam Secretary, which is a new show this season.
So it's basically a woman who is just living. She used to be a CIA agent, and she was an analyst. So she's this brilliant woman who just left it to be a family housewoman. And then the Secretary of State dies, and they decide to promote her to this position. Not that she wants it at all. So it's like some woman who doesn't play the politics of the season comes in and shakes things up. But I mean, I'm doing that voice, but it's more dramatic, I guess.
Yeah.
I think it's slightly funny, but
But
dramatic.
no, there's some drama. There's some serious content that they cover.
I didn't get funny at all from
Okay.
this, to be honest with you. I mean, I feel like you're gonna see from the rest of our shows, but I feel like the theme of this fall is all gonna be political shows,
Yeah.
right? This one, I mean, she's giving me a lot of Hillary pantsuits.
Well, that's what we're looking
So
for.
like,
The Hillary.
She's leading us into the nomination. But I mean, I'll probably watch it. I'll give it 3 episodes. I will give it 3 episodes.
Absolutely, I'll try with this
Yeah.
one.
All right, let's move on to the next show, and it's a show we've talked about before, but it's finally coming out, and that is Gotham.
I'm learning to conquer fear.
Fear doesn't need conquering. Fear tells you where the edge is.
Somebody has to take over. It might as well be me.
Gotham is on a knife edge. This is not a city for nice guys.
Go, bro, shoot!
However dark and scary the world might be right now, there will be light. There will be light, Rose.
I wet myself with this show.
Yep, he
I
did.
did. That's why my pants are yellow. I'm so excited for this show. There is so much press and publicity coming into this show. First of all, Netflix has already purchased it.
Oh, awesome.
They've already bought all the episodes. So as soon as the episode airs, I believe it's going to go right onto Netflix, which means it's that good.
So they've seen it? They didn't just buy it sight
No,
unseen?
they've seen it.
Okay, then I trust Netflix
Yeah,
then.
so they've already bought it. Okay, so this is the story of all the Gotham villains and Commissioner Gordon, before he's commissioner, growing up in Gotham City. The casting is perfect. Everything is perfect, except for Poison Ivy's real name. It's, Ivy Pepper, which is not her name.
Why would they change that one item?
It's really...
Did you like Google it and find out? And it's
Oh,
ridiculous?
he probably already
the
knew.
fanboys are pissed. Like, her name is Pamela Isley. It's not Ivy Pepper. Like, when they release the little trailers, like on Instagram or whatever, and they have the thing, and we're like, who the is Ivy Pepper? Like, it doesn't make any sense. So that's the only, like, I mean, that's a pretty big mistake.
So do they have powers at that young age, or like do they start to?
No,
doesn't seem to be the point of
no,
this.
that's not the point.
Yeah.
So Oswald Cobblepot the Penguin is like the son of the rich family, so you're probably gonna see him grow up. And then with Poison Ivy, she doesn't get powers until she has an accident in her lab or whatever.
Right,
so
like way
Plus,
later.
to me,
Okay.
this show doesn't even seem like it's going towards a power direction. It's just like human people who are up, and this is how they turn into villains.
Well, yes and no. It's gonna share the same universe as Arrow and The Flash.
Really?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
So what DC is doing is, it's different from Marvel, is DC has a movie universe and they have a television universe, whereas Marvel just has one.
Okay.
So I believe, I'm almost 100% sure.
the fanboys are gonna rip you apart if it's wrong.
So there will be powers eventually.
Okay, in this series, you
Probably.
think? Okay.
Yeah, so if they're all sharing the same universe and the Flash is already running at 750 miles per hour, like there's gonna be powers.
I'm gonna say no. I'm betting they're staying away from powers.
Why did I look at your camera?
This was my camera.
Yeah, I looked over there like you
okay.
could see me. Weird.
Okay, this last clip is from Forever.
My life is just like yours.
Perhaps you could grab a drink?
I would love to. Except for one small difference. It never ends. Every time I die, I always return in water, and I'm always naked. Lends itself to some slightly awkward situations. It's a long story. Abe is the only one who knows my secret.
For a man who died and then spent the night in jail, you look like crap.
Thank you, Abe.
Detective Joe Martinez.
Sorry for your loss, Detective.
Sorry, I think you're confused. I didn't know any of the victims.
No, I meant your husband.
Excuse me?
I noticed a slight discoloration on your left ring finger. Could be divorced, but most divorcees don't wear their wedding band around their necks.
So he's hot. Like, I'll give him that.
Really?
Yeah, he's a hot British man.
Really?
Yeah.
You know who that is, right?
From Ringer.
That's Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah.
No.
He's not sexy in those movies. I don't even think he has his accent in those movies. He's sexy
No.
with the British thing. He's cute. He's half naked.
I don't think
half
that
the
this is
time.
gonna last, and it's gonna go out the window like Ring.
Oh, nobody thinks this is gonna
No.
last. What is this? Like, I don't
It's
even
so
understand.
He dies, and then he gets reborn in the river.
So does his body
Like, oh,
disappear?
I'm naked again.
I don't know. It's really, I don't get it. For me, it's like Bones. It's like, you know that show Bones where the woman can like decipher everything just by looking at something? I feel like this is the male version of Bones, except he never dies.
I love that you actually knew that Bones is the woman. Like, there's this Funny or Die that they joke that, like, Bones is the girl? Like, everyone assumes David Boreanaz is Bones.
No, he's the detective.
You watch it?
I used to watch it religiously like a long time ago, and then I stopped, and it got 10
Got a boyfriend
seasons.
and had a life.
10 seasons!
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Okay, back to Forever.
This is not getting 10 seasons.
No, this is getting 10 minutes.
Whatever the opposite of Forever is. It's like an ironic title is what they're doing with this. It's not gonna
They're
work
totally gonna use that in the headlines when this gets
Yeah,
canceled.
Forever, not so for Forever.
Yeah.
Something ridiculous. Just, bad.
All right, that's all we have for TV. Let's move on to some gay news, and we've got some good news to start off with, and that is Neil Patrick Harris got married.
Which I thought he was married.
And
anyone else?
Great news. I'm super excited for Neil Patrick Harris.
Him and his partner have been together forever, and they have kids.
They have kids.
Totally
Yeah.
thought they were married.
Yeah.
They have the best Halloween costumes.
They got married in Italy, right?
Yeah. Weird. Like, I totally thought they were married. This is blowing my mind.
Well, I appreciate that it's a celebrity couple who doesn't make a huge deal about it. That it's
Yeah.
not some huge lead up and tabloids. I mean,
Yeah.
it's guys, so it's 2 suits and who cares. But
Yeah.
his boyfriend's hot.
Really?
Yeah. You like Neil better? I've certainly has the personality, but it's too showy, dancey for me, which...
Well, he's like that too.
Is he?
Yeah.
What is he in? 4 random movies and like the daily special of
I think he's
How I
just
Met
a
Your
house
Mother?
husband.
Yeah.
Which is totally
With
fine.
how much Neil's raking in?
Hello.
Yeah.
So the last thing we're going to talk about, this is huge. Probably not for you, so I'm going to explain the grand.
I was gonna ask you to, so.
So every year there is a competition called Miss Continental. I mean, there's Mr. Continental and Miss Continental Plus and Miss Continental Elite and whatever. So anyways, essentially it's like the biggest drag pageant in the world. I mean, there's a bunch of the states. There's like Miss Gay USA, Miss Gay America, whatever. But Miss Continental is, I think, the only one that is worldwide.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Never heard of it.
So it's pretty spectacular.
And it moves around like Japan hosts
No.
it, and-
It's always in Chicago.
Okay.
But they have like preliminaries all over the place. So there's one in Toronto, there was one in Europe, there's like all over the States and stuff, and it's growing and growing. And this year, our Canadian girl, Brooklyn Heights, won.
That's awesome.
Which is huge.
Yeah.
Like, so Brooklyn's story is actually pretty kind of incredible because she's new, and I was like, well, what's her story? She came out like a couple years ago and then decided to just like do pageants in Toronto, and she won every single one. She won them all. Every single pageant she won. And then she went to Miss Continental last year for her first time and came in second.
Oh, wow.
This competition is usually ruled by trans women, and like they are performers. Like these contestants are insane.
So is it
like-
a typical pageant? Like
it's
same type?
beauty,
Okay.
evening wear, talent, and intelligent, which is question and answer. And so she came first runner-up last year, and then this year she like just took it all.
Well, because I didn't know about this or who she was, so I looked her up, and it was like this ballet routine or something like that. And
Well,
she's
she was
singing.
here for Pride.
Yeah.
But you were never at my events.
No.
Thanks for the support.
Thanks for the free tickets.
You have them. They're always there waiting for you.
I wouldn't know. I've never been offered. Anyway, I watched her stuff and I'm like, oh, this is like a Black Swan scenario. I thought it was just
That
gonna
was
be some like
that was
reading
last
scenario.
year. No, that was last
Right,
year. So
it was,
last year
yeah.
she did the Black Swan where she was dressed in the white ballet and then in the white ballet outfit and then
Yeah,
like
you do know her.
Oh, she's like a friend of mine.
Okay.
But so this is really huge for her. This is really huge for Canada. She's only the second Canadian to win this. The other one was Tulsi. in
So what comes with
2008.
the title?
So she gets flown to all the preliminary competitions, and she gets paid to be there, and then she just becomes an ambassador of it. Like, it's huge.
Have we ever had anyone from like Vancouver do well or no? We're
No,
like,
no.
Are we no good?
We don't even have a prelim. Like, we may have one now. Like,
Could you make it, Tommy?
I would never enter. No,
Oh.
like, no. You
The
don't even
intelligence
know.
part.
You don't even know how serious this competition is. Like, there's like rumors that they put glass in like your foundation. And
Whoa.
stuff. Oh yeah. Like these queens are.
Now I
intense.
want to watch this show.
Allegedly,
Okay. Yeah,
allegedly. But no, it's super good for her.
Congratulations.
Yes.
All right, well, that's it for this, our 50th episode. Thank you guys for tuning in all this time, and we will see you next time, hopefully.
Bye, 50.
Another 50.
I'm 50.
You're never gonna make it 50.
I won't make it to 50.
Yeah,
Tears
that's a
streaming
lot.
down your
Look, I'm
face,
so-
makeup cracking.
I didn't put much.
They could tell it's 50 episodes.